Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, it's just the two of us this week. This is episode 290, 40 Acres. This is the 2024 action drama thriller, according to IMDb, sci-fi. That's not true. The log line here is, in a post-apocalyptic world with food scarcity, a black family of Canadian farmers descended from American Civil War migrants defend their homestead against cannibals trying to seize their resources. This is directed and co-written by R.T. Thorne, starring Danielle Deadwyler, Kateem O'Connor, Milcania Diaz-Rojas, and I'll just leave it there. There's enough people in this movie. Spoiler alert, I didn't care for this movie at all. And I don't think my co-host this week did either. Yeah, this movie is what could only be described as what it's like walking through quicksand. Like, this is a fucking slog. A movie about a bunch of like black survivalists and some Native American survivalists. That is not lost on me. Trying to survive this sort of like, post-apocalyptic world, and there's like all white cannibals and all sort of bad white people trying to come and get them. I get it. It's a bit ham-fisted, but I understand it. And they got guns and knives and shit, and like people get killed. I'm like, all right, I'm all in. This is right down my alley. No, it isn't. This is just boring in a lot of places, and that's the worst part of it. The acting and the writing is fine. The characters do a thing that I don't care for in action movies or in almost any movies, which is they don't grow. And I know post-apocalyptic movies, you kind of have to have a person make a dumb mistake in order for things to kind of get moving. That's generally how it goes. But I hate it all the same in all of these. Like it's an annoyance to me. But yeah, this is like, and it felt like a Netflix movie to me, which is not a compliment by any means. Michael, what did you think?
I had reservations about this movie from the get-go, right? Because like I'm generally not into like this type of post-apocalyptic movie, right? Like if it's going to be a post-apocalypse, I want it to be like science fiction, right? But I'm generally not into this type of stuff. I'm certainly not into like The Hills Have Eyes, 28 Days Later, stuff like that. It just doesn't interest me. It's just not my bag. So I was kind of predisposed to just not really enjoy this, but I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, I can't recommend this movie. It's you said the writing and acting is fine. I disagree. I think the writing is pretty awful. I think the only one that's like really trying to like give this all is Danielle Deadwyler.
She's putting in work. She definitely is.
She really is. She's the only character that that I could relate to and or empathize with. The stepdad, I can't remember his character's name. He was okay too. This movie's got a bunch of dumb kids in it, man, and I don't mind kids being in movies. I really do mind when they're kind of dumb. Yeah. And not like dumb in like a kid kind of way, but like dumb in a character kind of way. And like the son, it's, and I know I get it. You need that because like that's how young people act, right? They don't have like forethought. They act on impulse. I get it. I understand it. I just don't like it. Yeah, you don't really. I don't really empathize for any of the characters. Like one character in the movie gets shot, and I'm just like, I felt nothing.
And it's a kid.
It's a kid, yo. It's a kid. And look, man, like I like kids, man. I really do. I like kids, man. But like, I just,
It's a
Like, all
slog.
right, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
is true.
slog.
Like the person gets shot, I was like,
Like, all right,
like
like,
move
and they
next
do
time.
that to try and bring up like it's one of the cheapest tricks to bring up like some sort of like tension and try to get you to feel things. And I don't. This movie doesn't make me feel things, and I think that's the product of bad art. And I
I
you know,
think
I
that is
hate.
probably its biggest flaw, actually. Like, you're right. I didn't care for any of the characters. Like, or I didn't care about what happens to them.
I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about the situations they were in. I didn't care about the cannibals. I didn't care about like people die and people die in gruesome ways. But I didn't feel anything. And I hate saying that. Like, I won't say it's bad art. Is there's no such thing as bad art in my opinion, but there's art that just doesn't work for people. And unfortunately, this did not work for me. I appreciate the try. I appreciate, a black director, black writer, black lead being put in films that aren't that usually don't see us, that we don't see us in, right?
Or we're such
Um,
side characters.
right, and even the Native American people, like you
Yeah,
don't see them in anything. You don't see them in anything unless it's a Native American specific story, and even then, it's not like people are lining up to make those movies, right? So I get it. I appreciate this movie, but I it's not for me. And look, man, this is not like the first Canadian production that we've done. I don't know what they're doing up in Canada, man. Like the Canadians, I I don't know if I don't think they do drama well. Like
Oh,
they do comedy well, right?
yeah.
There's always something about Canadian dramas that we do that
What was
it's
the other one?
like what was the one with there was one with the guy that's playing Green Lantern.
Oh, Rebel
Um
Ridge? Oh,
no,
oh,
not that one.
oh, like where he's the brother that he died. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's called The Brother or something like
Yeah,
that.
brother, I believe. Yeah. Hmm.
And it's always like I get what that movie's trying to do, but there's something about the execution. There's something about there's something about these Canadian productions that just aren't translating. Maybe it's my stupid American brain. Maybe. Or like maybe people in Canada don't like they're too nice, so they don't know what drama is. But they're like really good at like comedies and shit.
You know what? There's a lack of like emotional punch to the work. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like and even with this movie, right? Like people die in this movie. Like the main character's best friend gets her
brutally.
throat slit,
Yeah.
and they show it, and it's brutal. And I felt nothing.
Yeah.
A child gets shot in the gut, and I felt nothing. The dad gets stigmata in his fucking hands. I felt nothing, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like, you spend plenty of time with the characters, right? So let's start
yeah.
there. Too much time. Maybe they're boring us to death. No, like you spend enough time with the characters to get to know them, right? Because like a lot of times what happens in movies where you don't feel like an emotional connection to the characters is because you haven't spent enough time with them, right? Like the movie just starts and you're just like fucking going. You're like, I guess I'm supposed to care about this person. There are very few movies that are able to do that and like elicit some sort of like connection to the characters, right? Um, but this one you spend plenty of time with them and you see their routines and everything, but there is no emotional hook into those characters, right? Like, and you know what? As I say this, I think I know part of what it is. They don't give you their deep-seated connections like between the characters until down the line, right? Like you don't see the sort of weirdness of why Danielle Deadwyler is and her son have like kind of a weird fractured relationship, right? Like why she's so hardline, right? Like you just assume it's because of the times, but that's not really what it is, right? Like you don't find out about the Indian dude and Deadwyler's connection until a little bit later, right? Like, so they don't upfront all of this stuff where, like, you got to give us some of it. You can tell more of the story throughout, but you got to give us something to know why these people matter. And I feel like that's probably the reason why you don't have that connection. And I certainly didn't either.
Or just make it, I don't know. It just wasn't interesting to me. Like you said, you can tell those, you can drop those little like flashbacks in the story,
Right.
but it was so rote, and it was so like, I immediately knew she was former military just by the way she acts, right?
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's why she's the hard ass, right? And it just doesn't. It, I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's no commonality between the characters, right? Like, okay, so if you've got this hard ass military person, right, who's like the mom, right? She's the badass military person. You got to have some level of a connection to her son or to some other character that shows a level of softness of her humanity. They don't have any of that with her, right? Like, quite literally, it's not until the very end of the movie where she like has a slight smile where you're like, oh, there she is as a human being. There's nothing else. She's just a Terminator throughout the rest of the movie. And so, like, you have no inroads to connect to her, right? Like, you have somewhat of an inroad to connect to the Indian dude, Galen, because he's like, oh, he's his father. He's like, he takes pride in like cooking and stuff like that. Like, so he has these human things. He isn't just like a dude with
like the barbecue sauce thing, right? Like, oh, okay, yeah, like I get it, right? Like I can relate to that, right? Like, no, we're not putting this fucking McDonald's barbecue sauce on this fucking food because that's not like I get it, right? That's a human moment for him.
There are moments for her.
None. Yeah, there are none from her, and you know, the kids have human moments, right? Like, as much as the son got on my nerves, like I get it, young man. But at the same time, you know, no offense to that actor, maybe it's the material, but he, you know, I think it's delivered poorly. I think it's I think it's bad, and I think it's delivered poorly. And then you see you know, the existential threat of, you know, the cannibals, the white people, right? Like, because like that's where the racial component plays into it, right? Like, here are these, you know, a First Nations representative and a black person, and, you know, black representatives being chased out of their homeland by, you know, white people. Like, I get it. I
Message.
You know, yeah, right. Like, I get it. Right on the head. I get it. But these, I mean, they could have been zombies. Because the cannibals were not. They weren't characters, right? And one of the things, if you're not going to do zombies, right? If you're going to have these people just be cannibals, like, and be people with speaking lines, like, let's get, we didn't really get to them until like the second half of the second act.
Right.
And they didn't really seem like much of a threat.
No, they were just,
or like a force to really be reckoned with.
Not only that, but they didn't have much. They weren't much of a threat. There was nothing about them. Like, there's two ways to do sort of an invading horde in these kind of post-apocalyptic things, which is, one, they are mindless, right? Like, it's a zombie type of thing, brains or whatever, right? They're just mindless. So you just think of them at, like, they represent
an existential threat, right?
Just an existential threat, but like the albatross of survival, right? Like, that's just what they are. Or you do they're human beings and they're just violent because they want your resources or what have you, and maybe they're smart and they're crafty, but they're just trying to get your resources, right? Also an existential threat, but they have a level of humanity to them, and you try your best to make the audience weirdly, just even if it's just slightly, understand them, right? Where you go, all right, these guys are real pieces of shit, but like they're starving. So you kind of go, oh, all right, they're starving. That's fucked up because of the situation. But and maybe you give them a slightly charismatic leader. Like this is a classic way you handle this. You give them a slightly charismatic leader where you're like, I don't like these cannibal guys, but like that guy's kind of cool. He's kind of funny or he's kind of interesting or something like that.
There's charisma
Yes,
or
charisma.
or something, but they don't, and they waste that opportunity with having cannibals as people who are like they're human beings. They have the potential to be characters, right? They don't, but that's what makes that's what made that Mad Max movie interesting, right?
Oh, Fury Road.
Yeah, that's what made Fury Road interesting. And Morton Joe, right? Like, yeah, he's got waves of like mindless, like, oh, I'm gonna kill you or whatever, right? It's a lovely day or whatever. But they're anchored by that one character, Morton Joe, who is a piece of shit, but he's very charismatic. Like, and I mean, there's a charismatic guy right now who has hordes of pieces of shit
right,
pillaging America. Like I just,
it's
like,
right there, guys. It's right
there.
Right.
So and they wasted this opportunity, man. I can't say that I'm disappointed because I didn't really have high hopes for this, but
fair enough.
But yeah, no,
it isn't.
This is not for me.
No, I agree. All right, so let's go through this modern masterpiece. So we see the family like they're on their farm, and there's just a bunch of rando people come up and get through their defenses, and they make their way onto into their cornfields, and then eventually like up to the house. They're like, hey, greetings. We're here, and you got such nice farmland, and we'd love to get some of these crops or whatever. And they all, they're all carrying weapons or whatever. And the Freeman family was just like, nah, bet. And then they just start shooting and murdering them, which is fair enough. No notes. And
I get it, right? You're showing how brutal this world is, and like the movie starts off with a bang, right? Like you show how brutal this world is. You show how and that's one of the things that Danielle Deadwyler's character, I guess her speed bump of an arc, right? Is that like in order to survive in this world, you can't trust anybody, and then she ends up, I guess, trusting the girl at the end, but like by necessity, right? Reluctantly and by necessity. So the movie really kind of starts out showing you what kind of world this is and how ruthless the matriarch can be. They kind of try to accentuate that by, after they kill everybody, the son stabs one last person that was trying to run away, but she's still alive, and he sees it and like, oh, she's a girl, and she's still alive, and mom is just like, nah, fuck that, bam, right? Like, take her out, right? Like, can't trust nobody, right? Like, I get it. We're establishing that this world is very violent, very cutthroat, shades of The Last of Us or whatever, right? I get it. And I think it does a pretty decent job of setting this stuff up.
Right. At this point, I'm not mad at the movie, right? Like, I'm like, okay, it's got a level of brutality. Like, they had a kid shoot an adult in the head, and I was like, okay, that kid's very young. And so, like, yeah, there's a level of brutality, and at this point, we're what, 15 minutes into the movie? So I'm like, or no,
not even.
Like
we are 8 minutes into the movie, bro.
Yeah. Look, when I saw that the son had the Killmonger haircut, I was like, he gonna be. I already knew. So he kills this woman. Then we see the family all gathering around to have dinner. And again, it should not be lost on anybody. You've got the 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 Native American or First Nation dad. You got the black mom. They got a couple kids. Clearly some from this current situation, others coming in from past situations, right?
Yeah.
But everybody brown, right? So cool, we got it. Black people got brought to the country. They want to be here. First Nation folks, they were already there. They got treated like shit. They all working together. Message. Got it. Perfectly fine with it. Ham-fisted as fuck, as we said, but it's perfectly fine. Not mad at it at all. They even speak a native language. Like they jump back and forth between them. So I imagine one, just because he's native, but so that they can talk in a language that other people wouldn't understand, right? Because it wouldn't be common, which is a dope idea, by the way. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they make it a point. He makes it a point to explain later on why he does that. Basically, because like I speak the language of my people, because I don't want the language to die with me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like I get it, right? Like I get it, and I'm not mad at it.
No,
it's very. Yeah, more people should do it, and the rest of us should just either learn it or like embrace the fact that like there are other cultures.
What a weird
the
idea.
movie.
They did a movie. Yeah. Nicolas Cage did a movie about this, right? Wind Talkers, wasn't it? It was about that.
At this point, this is where the movie really slows down for me.
For like an hour.
For like an hour, bro. Like the family we see them tilling the soil, and like this is some like Zack Snyder ass like padding, bro.
Well, it's not in slow motion, in fairness to them.
Yeah, it's not in slow motion, right? If it was in slow motion, then it would be it. But like we get like a lot of, and I get it. We got to establish like the world that we're living in, right? Like, but I think there's a little too much of it. At one point, we see the son, who is, I don't know how old he's supposed to be, but he's kind of like in this rebellious state where, everyone, where he wants to kind of branch out, and he has this like little secret path that he can disable the alarm on one of the fences so he can kind of sneak out, and more on that later. But we see them like growing stuff, and like it's a lot, it's a lot.
They're like, oh, we got oregano and we got mushrooms. It's like, just get to the story for the
right. At one point, we see what is her character's name? Hailey. At one point, we see Hailey in her like underground bunker, where she's got more monitors than a goddamn target loss prevention room. Just like watching like her surroundings. And everybody communicates on like radio, and it just. That way we get introduced to one character whose name is
Augusta.
And I get it. But it's dragging, man. It really is.
It drags ass for a good 30 minutes to an hour. One could honestly, you could make the argument that it's an hour.
Man.
I do think it's funny, like in this room where she's got all the like ham radio equipment, so she can contact the other farms and talk to them and everything else. They've got like I guess this was just to make it look a little bit more futuristic or what have you. They have like old Apple speakers, like the clear dome speakers. Like it's like so fucking old. That's probably like 25 years old. I don't even know what warehouse they found that shit in, but that just stood out to me. That's just hilarious. So yeah, you get this whole thing. Augusta is a woman who works or lives on a farm not too far from them, or maybe a couple miles away, and I guess they trade moonshine to the Freeman family for weed. And you see when the Freemans are growing stuff, they're growing weed also. So like that's a thing that they trade, they barter for some stuff. I mean, feels a bit stereotypical, but okay. It's like, why couldn't they have the moonshine? So yeah, we see the son. What's his name?
I don't
Eric.
fucking know. Emmanuel. Is it Emmanuel?
Sure.
Yeah, Emmanuel Freeman. At one point, he goes swimming in a creek or whatever, and he gets out, he dries off, and he sees a girl, and he's like, oh, a girl. Whoa, what's this feeling I have?
Yeah, oh my God, is that a bone? Yeah, he sees a girl come out of the same lake, and from this moment on, his entire world is upside down.
His world is flipped upside down, and he is just like boing, 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 boing. Then we cut to a scene. Then we cut to a quick scene of him exploring some more, and he sees another farm, and we see his face, and he's kind of disgusted because he wants community, right? He wants to venture out. He wants to talk to other people. He doesn't want to just be stuck on his farm or whatever, right?
Yeah, whichever.
And I get it, right? I get it. But that night they come back. The youngest daughter, Danis, is having some sort of ceremony where she's like, I am a soldier. I do not fear men. I only fear God. I am a killing machine. I am 12 or whatever.
Yeah, this is like I don't know what is going on here.
I don't know what's going on. I don't want to laugh too hard, I guess. Maybe it's some sort of like, rite of passage that people go through. I don't know. It just seems kind of silly to me.
Yeah, it might be it might be sort of a Native American thing. I don't know. They all seem to be doing like modern dances, so I think it's okay to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, like they're doing the Dougie and shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, this is a very serious thing. I don't know. I don't think they find it to be that serious.
They're doing the fucking shooting the dice and shit.
Right,
like, what the fuck are you doing?
They have like having this on mute is great because like they're having a time over there. And like they're innocent kids and all, so it's kind of cute and it's funny. What's also hilarious in this scene is they build a giant bonfire, like they have a blaze. Like think of it as the same size as the bonfire from fucking Candyman. They have like this giant bonfire going, and like loud music, and they're just like they're dancing, they're having a good time. I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be like quiet at the like? There's no one around. Like that sound is going to carry. There's like raiders and cannibals and rustlers or whatever the fuck happens out there. Like, shouldn't y'all be trying to like keep it low? Like, no, this is a block party or a fucking dance party. All right, cool. Then you see the mom and the dad. Yeah. They're smoking weed because gotta get high on your own supply. That's what the song says, right? And then the son comes home and they're like, the dad's like, where have you been? He goes, yeah, I was just doing my runs. He goes, I didn't tell you where we sent you. I asked where you've been. By the way, I'm putting that in my fucking back pocket to use later. My kid grows up. Holy shit, that's a great line. Like, I didn't ask you that. And so they're like, they got mad at him because he was late to the fucking dance party, right? Because it's his sister's like quinceañera. I don't know. I don't know what it is. And so he's like, yeah, well, I got distracted. And they're like, all right, cool. Take your ass to bed. Like the mom is like, the mom's an asshole. And she's not a likable character at all. Like she really isn't. Like I understand, you know, you know, hard times require hard men or whatever that dumb shit is. They say on Alpha Male podcast, but like she has no redeeming qualities as like a human being. It's just like trying to have. It's like having the T-1000 as your mom. Like it's just very strange. So, it hurts the film in a lot of ways. You don't connect with her at all.
You know, it would be one thing if like that was it's kind of the point, right? But there is no like real big emotional payoff.
None.
Towards the end, which kind of sucks. The son comes back. He's like, "Hey, you know, why are you burning all that stuff? I don't feel bad about doing it." And dad is like, or stepdad is like, "I'm burning the rot. Like it's rotten food. It's rotten. It's a rotten harvest. So you know, we're gonna burn it." And son is like, "Well, if we had help, if we talked to other farmers, maybe get some help, we wouldn't have to worry about it." And then mom is just like, "Nigga, shut up.
Shut
Like
your
you got a roof over your head and you got food in your gut. Stop complaining." And like you don't know nothing about nothing, right? And look, you know, as a parent, I 100% understand it, but you know, like you can't. You're right. They don't know anything about anything, so explain it to them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like as a parent, look, I get it. I get frustrated too, man. Sometimes, like, yo, just because I said so, right? Because I said so.
Yeah.
But I try not to be.
Yeah, I try
I
not
try
to
not to be the. Yeah, I try not to be the because I said so person, right? I try to explain why things are the way they are because one, kids don't know. And if you just communicate that, you know, maybe this movie will be over and we could all go on with our lives.
You know, I really wish she would have explained more, like a lot. Like this could have been a YouTube short, if I'm being honest. We get a
quick flashback. I just want to touch on this flashback of you know, the I guess the origins of why the mother and the son are kind of have a weird familial relationship. We get a flashback of Emmanuel as a is that his name? Emmanuel as a child. And his mom just comes back from wherever the hell she was deployed. And, you know, grandpa or whatever was like, "You may not remember this boy, but that's your mama." And I only bring this up because whoever is at Central Casting is a fucking racist because there's no way that the little boy in this flashback grows up to be the young man that is playing her son. It just is not happening, bro.
You don't think so?
I don't think that kid looks like anything like the actor playing the son.
No, not at all.
O'Connor.
No, absolutely not. And I thought her dad was like an Indian, like a dark-skinned Indian man, to be honest. At first look, I was like, "Is that dude actually black?" Like when black people put it, like at first he really doesn't look black. It's like, okay, it's cool. Maybe he's like black and Native American. You don't know. So at a certain point, so it's like, all right, this is their backstory. She hasn't been there. They reconnect. It's like, I don't know, man. It's been 20 years. You gonna just like work it out? Like, what the fuck is taking so long? Why are y'all niggas still so awkward? So then we see Emmanuel. He escapes out of his little gate setup that he has. Goes back into the lake. Look, this dude is sprung. He is sprung. This nigga is drawing pictures of a booty. He don't know what to do with his life.
Look, at 33:25, when he's drawing that picture, I mean, you could tell that sketch pad is being held up with no hands, bro. Like the way he's just like, and look, whoever drew it, like they knew the assignment, right? the butt is as detailed as it possibly can be, and then,
Yeah,
oh yeah, by the way, oh yeah,
legs.
let me get her arms and all that too, her legs, whatever. The most detailed image in that sketch is that woman's ass, and that is 100%. And look, even like look at the picture at 3328. Even the ripples going up the back are being pushed by her ass. Like it, like that is attention to
He didn't even.
detail that only an artist is able to fucking pick up, yo. Like
Yeah, that's
I
hilarious.
appreciate.
Like, yeah, her ass is literally dragging through the water. That is absolutely hilarious. Um, yeah, it like that dude saw one woman. He lost his mind. Like he was just like, and he doesn't draw one picture. He has multiple pictures from different angles. Like he's like, and this is her
Yeah,
standing, looking back at it, like she just got done with a squat session or something. I was like, all right, bet. Like, I hear you, dog. Like it's cool. Don't worry about it.
yeah,
Um,
and then proceeds to jack off to his own fucking images of the girl that he drew from his spank bank. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, bro. I get it, young man. Calm down.
dude is like, he's looking at the picture. He's like, I'm a hell of an artist. Let me just get to work. Yo, that's wild, dude. That is a wild thing. Like, it's one thing if you had a picture, or even just using your imagination,
Use
but
your
to look at the
imagination.
drawing that you made, it was like, you know what? I fucking nailed this shit. And you know what? He kind of did. It's pretty accurate.
I get it, bro.
Look, I understand. I understand. And then like he gets like his mom just comes in. He's like, "Oh shit! Woo, rah, what are you doing in here?" And she was like, "Boy, you better save that talk for your sisters. Like, don't tell me to knock." And she's like, "Listen, I need you to like go on this run." And he's like, "Oh, isn't that normally for mothers and daughters?" And basically, he's like, his mom is like, do what I fucking tell you to do. Shut the fuck up, basically. It's like, all right, but
Right.
ask you no questions. Like, I don't want to leave you here on the farm because you're gonna fuck it up. It's like, wow, a lot of confidence. Um, so we see Emmanuel and Galen, the dad, and the little sister. They go out on this trip all together. This is, I think this is the little sister's kind of first time out of the farm, right? So it's like kind of a rite of passage.
Yeah, she's a warrior now,
Yeah,
as
that's right.
per her, you know,
Candy
ceremony or whatever.
right? And so they get into this one place, like a warehouse type of place, and they see like bodies hanging upside down that are dead. And these soldiers come out and they're like, "Hey, we're from the army. We're here to help or what have you." And everybody's got their guns trained on everybody else. And Galen's like, "Hey, did you guys must be from the Flemings farm then?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're there to help them out too." And they just got radio that the Flemings had been killed a couple of weeks earlier by these cannibals. So the second they said that, immediately they all opened fire and killed these people. So after those people are killed, the little girl is like walking around this kind of warehouse type place. And as she's doing it, this one woman was laying down and she's like, surprise, I'm old. She looked dead because, she was as old as, the current president, or even former. And she pulls out a gun and she's like, and the little girl like feels kind of like is stunned or whatever. And then the little girl is like, nah, fuck this. And they have like a quick draw type match. And the little girl loses, gets shot in the gut. Into that, I felt nothing, as we discussed.
Yeah, I don't and
Oh no! Anyway,
it's one of the cheapest things you can do in a movie. It was shocking, right? But like shocking to the point in the sense that like, you just shot a main character at the end of the first act. Body count movie. And this is
I'm sorry.
not one of
I'm
those
sorry.
movies.
I'm sorry. Say that again. You faded out a little bit.
It's you don't really see that unless it's like unless it's like a body count movie, and that's not
Oh,
what this is.
right.
So and I didn't feel anything. It was cheap, right? And
Very.
but I don't know, man. Maybe it's because we didn't spend enough time with this kid. Um, I don't know.
The funny thing is, I don't necessarily feel like I don't know that this is a like we need to spend more time with the kid. I really don't like when they shoot her, it immediately like smash cut to them trying to like save her life or whatever. It's like you don't ever get any time to stick around and be like seeing the kid suffering or whatever. Like that's how you really build that kind of tension. Or I don't know, like give the kids some vulnerability.
I don't need
or something about them. I don't know anything about this kid besides the ceremony thing. I don't know anything about her at all. Nothing.
That's what I'm saying about spending more time with the kid, because I don't need to see a black woman suffer from a gunshot wound, right? I don't need to see that shit, right?
No, I don't
I get it, right? Right, I get it. But if you spent a little more time with this kid, then maybe it would impact you a little more. Like, oh damn, she was kind of cool, man. I hope she doesn't die. Like, I didn't care if this kid died. Like, this was, I mean, like, they almost fridged this kid. If they could have fridged her, and I wouldn't have cared. Like, that's the problem.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is the lack of caring about these kids or any of these characters, or the kids very specifically, do you think it has to do with the fact that you see them being so brutal right off the top of the movie? Right? Like you see her lay on the ground and shoot a guy in the head in the first like 2 minutes of the movie. Like, like I'm wondering if the trope works better for like viewing audiences, that a kid like that is relatively innocent and then something happens to them and then it feels like kind of shocking, right?
Yeah, because I see what you're saying, because this kid is, they are effectively being groomed to be soldiers, to be child soldiers, right? And
Right.
if you think that a child is capable, that's why children get charged as adults, because if you feel like that child is capable of committing that, like there was nothing in it. She didn't seem like a hapless victim, or like a helpless victim.
Exactly, right? Like she's walking around with like an AR-15 2 seconds before she gets shot, right? Like,
right.
And so I wonder if that
you fumble, lady, you fumble, kid. Like,
right? Like you're
good,
right? Like this is a skills issue for you, right? Like, yeah, I'm wondering if taking away their sort of innocence was like I understand it in the context of the movie as to why you'd want to have them as sort of more like battle ready or whatever. But I'm wondering from a movie perspective, does it take away a level of innocence where you're just like, oh, it's the little girl. Like she was so fucking like, she was just doing a dance the other day. But like, she's also shooting people in the head. So it's like, it's.
But you don't see her like, it'd be one thing if like you saw her train and and all of a sudden
and get better.
Oh shit. Right, but like, oh shit, like the woman from Task, right?
Yeah.
Where she was trying, right? But all of a sudden, it's when push came to shove, it was like, oh shit, what do I do, right? And that would make sense because she's a child, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm wondering if is it because she's seen as a capable sort of combatant in this, does it just takes away that level of like concern as a kid, like, you know what I mean? Like if the kids were relatively innocent or they had been training this whole time and like that's how we get to know them, is that they're training but they're still kids and they're scared. Like she ain't scared at all. Like she just gunned a person down, by the way, like 2 seconds before she got shot. Like when they had their guns drawn on those guys who were like, oh, they're soldiers, and they turned out they weren't really soldiers. She killed one of them. She was, or at least got into the gunfight with those people. So it's like, how, like, where is her innocence as a child? And I'm not saying it has to exist, but I'm just wondering if that is the reason that we're sort of feeling like, all right, well, she just got shot. Because I don't think if the brother had gotten shot and we've seen him kill people, I don't think I would feel. I don't think I would feel much of a difference.
I think I might, purely because we've spent a little more time with him. We've seen how he interacts with his mother. We've seen that he can feel things in his pants, apparently. But
only to his own drawings.
Right.
To his own art.
But we've and I think that's just because we spent more time with him. I would feel a little something, right? But at the same time, like, suck it up, nigga, you a man. Funny thing is, fucking take the bullet out. Take the bullet out and flip the shit back at him. Like, get out of here, bro.
Try harder. I don't think I would. Like, there is a real lack of connection to the characters in this. Like, as we're talking about, like, that really.
I don't even know the other daughter's name, bro. I don't even know the other daughter's name.
Look, I'll do you one better. I don't even care. Like, I don't give a shit about any of them. I don't care. Yeah,
here's some of this stellar writing. The son is remorseful because he's like, it was my idea to check the bodies. That's why
this line is not good.
She was dead, and I'm like, and the other sister comes, the older sister comes in, and she's like, she's alive. That's because of you, not the other way around.
What?
I don't. So the other way around, she's alive because of you. The other way around would be you're alive because of her,
or she's dead because of you.
Or she's dead because of you. Like, I get it. She's dead because it's supposed to be she's dead because of you. But I don't know, man. It just doesn't. Yeah, I get what they're doing.
That line does not.
The line is just, I don't know. The line is just weird, man. The line is just weird. Yeah. I don't know.
No,
that's maybe it's me.
No, it's not. It's a weird line. So then Killmonger goes into he by the way, lake swimming booty girl, she shows up, right? She's not doing well. And he saves her, right? Because she's all fucked up and she's at the fence like, help me, please. And look, he's like, look, I've jerked it to many drawings of you. Come on in. And so he hides his IRL spank bank in sort of another part of the farm, and he's like tending to her wound. She's got like a laceration on her arm, and he's such a dork ass loser. He's like, all right, let me help you or whatever. And she's like, do you even know what you're doing? He's like, yeah, I've given myself stitches. And she's like, man, just get out of here. Like, just hold the gun on me. Like, I'll do it. Type of shit. Like, she's kind of as much of a hard ass as his mom is. I guess to some degree.
Which is probably why he's attracted to her. Yeah, let's be honest.
To be well, and the swimming. I mean, come on. We all saw it.
I mean, she looks like a baby Journey Smollett. I get it, bro. I get it.
Yeah, I can see it. This guy looks like he's made out of AI, like in some of these scenes. Like, it's just weird. He's like overly clean for a post-apocalyptic situation. So he gets called by his mom. None of them know that this young girl is being hidden out there. And he gets called to dinner, and the mom is talking to everybody, and the mom is like, hey, talking to the oldest daughter, hey, did you write your book report on the proletariat like playbook or whatever the book was that she's assigned to read? And the young girl is like, oh no, I read a different book. And the mom is like, but I told you to read this other book, not this new book. She's like, no, but the new book has got all this other interesting stuff about the proletariat and blah, 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 standing up for your rights. She's like, no, that's cool. Cool. So you're going to write a book report on that and the other one I told you to write on. I was like, wow, this mom is not a fun time. Like, yeah, you got book reports in the middle of the apocalypse. Man, your school sucks.
I mean, I get it. You know, you want to, you gotta, you're homeschooling, I guess. But, you know, dad, the son made a joke, an innocent, you know, joke. And the mom is just like, what, you think this is funny? Huh, nigga? Yeah. And like,
your sister's up there dying upstairs. It's like, hey, like, you're right. I'm going to go in the barn for no reason at all. I got to get that. So yeah, the mom goes and visits the daughter who got shot. And she's like, oh, you gotta stop all that bullshit. You gotta heal. It's like, why are you being hard on me? I'm in a coma right now. Like, just, again, this is a moment where they could have given her a level of humanity, but they don't, right? Like, there's nobody there. Like, her daughter is unconscious. Have her cry, have her break down a little bit, like something.
Yeah, man. And look, I get like not wanting to show weakness. I've only seen my father cry twice, and the second time was an accident, right? Because like it was when I seen him cry when his son died, and I seen him cry when his brother died. And when his brother died, he went into his bedroom to do it because he didn't want nobody to see it. But he did it because he's a human being. As you know, as much of a stick up his ass as he could have when he was a little younger, like this mom, he was a human being.
Yeah, he still possesses feelings,
right? And you know, I don't. Yeah, to your point, like she's right there. She's alone with the kid, right? Like, you can let the audience see this character be a little more human.
And by the way,
it would help her character in the long run.
Yeah, like her being like this hard ass, going into this room with the real possibility of her daughter dying. Right, I feel like you should have made it a little bit more dire than they did. They were just like, oh, she seems fine after like 2 minutes. But a real prospect of her daughter dying, her breaking down, and like the stress of like carrying so much, you know, being a mom, it being this pandemic, this, you know, post-apocalyptic situation, you know, not knowing what's happening with your friends, not knowing what's going to potentially happen to your family. That's a lot of weight for somebody to carry. Anybody, whether you're a military hard ass or not, that would be a perfect time to get that ugly cry out, and then people could go, oh yeah, there she is as a human being. She don't get any of that, which is very weird to me. It's certainly a choice. So then we see Emmanuel, you know, he has his headphones. They're from, I don't know, 1993. And the girl like takes them. And so she starts like listening to the music and she starts dancing. And it's all a very surreal thing. Like, she looks super cute and like the sun is on her and it's like, oh, look how adorable she is and all this other stuff. She's kind of gyrating and this guy's like, I'm gonna draw the shit out of you tonight. Right? And he is excited about it. All I can think of is these vector drawings are gonna be dope. And so, you know, she's like having a good time. And then, you know, and it's in slow motion, and you see behind her Danielle Deadwyler.
This is a fun shot. Danielle
Deadwyler and Hailey and Galen, they walk in, and Danielle Deadwyler's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? And she just walks up to this girl, and just as the girl like turns around, she just grabs her and basically was like, you motherfucker, like grabs her and throws the walkie-talkie or the Sony Walkman to the ground and grabs her out and then like walks her outside and locks Emmanuel in the barn. And they persist to be like, yo, we got questions, and if you don't answer them, I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the head.
This was a fun shot. I really enjoyed this shot of the juxtaposition of, hey, this guy's crush is there. The beams of light are hitting her, right? She's singing and doing his gyrating, and like, yeah, like you said, like, he's about to fucking shoot arcing loads of fucking jizz to the drawings that he's about to draw, right? And then
I don't think
it's all in. Yeah, those were your exact words. Arcing loads of jizz. Those were your exact words.
I'll put that in. I'll put that on the thumbnail.
In an arc.
Yes, that's
right.
right. Of course.
And to everything is in slow motion, and a lesser film would like immediately like cut, right? But no, they keep the song going, they keep the slow motion going, the look on his face from like, yeah, oh no. Like it was great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, this is a good scene. And so they take her outside and they're like, what the fuck's your story? Tell us everything or we're going to shoot you. And so she's like, well, there's like 12 of us and, they we're just trying to like make a way. And they told me to come see the Freemans and, get some help and everything else. And she's like, She almost shot her. She doesn't. Then we get a flashback to meeting Augusta Taylor, who is the white woman that's been talking to Hailey on, like on CB radio type of thing. And they meet because she's got, and this is a flashback. Hailey's car breaks down and Augusta comes and helps her. And she's like former Marine or some shit like that. And they kind of strike up a friendship. And they go back to when she goes to drop Hailey back at her farm. She comes in with her, and they find Hailey's family is all pretty much slaughtered except for Emmanuel. And so they build a bond together, and that's how she comes to, of course, full time take care of Emmanuel, and Augusta ends up being her close friend as well as things are kind of popping off. I don't care about any of this. Eventually, Emmanuel grabs the girl. They hop on a quad bike, and they leave the farm. And they're
he said he got a radio. He got a message on CB from Augusta,
right?
And Hailey is like, "No, you ain't going nowhere." Like,
yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah, Augusta wouldn't have said that. That's bullshit, right? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. They have an argument, right? Like they have the argument that people have when like it's time to move out. You know what I mean?
Right.
like, and they're like, all right, whatever, nigga. Like, and he screams at her, and she hems him up like, you know who I am, nigga? Like, you ain't too old for me to whoop your ass, right? Some shit like that, right?
Like, I definitely.
And so he rolls out, right? He's like, fuck this, I'm out. But I love her, Mom. And then he just fucking rolls out.
So stupid. So yeah, eventually they're like, all right. Hailey's like, all right, I'm gonna go try to find them, right? Try to figure out where they are. And Galen sees that the fence doesn't have its electricity anymore because of a thing that Emmanuel did so that he could sneak out. Hailey eventually gets to the I guess Augusta's farm, or excuse me, the Fleming's farm. And she finds that they have drums of human body parts is a thing there. And that's gross. And so then we realize that the girl has taken Emmanuel to this like rendezvous point on this bus. And there's these other people there. And they're like, look, she's like, I had to lead you here, otherwise they were gonna like kill my people. It's like, so it is what it is. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Back at the Fleming's farm, Hailey's walking around and some guy comes up and fucking grabs her and chokes her out, and she gets knocked out. Galen's back at the farm. Somebody comes up behind him with a baseball bat. As he sees like what he thinks is a deer in the distance, but it wasn't. It was one of the cannibals wearing a deer hat type of shit. And the guy comes
Yeah,
up.
the fucking the MAGA shaman guy, right?
Yeah, no, that's him. This is their January 6th. That guy was going to run for Congress, I believe.
All right, yo. All right. What the fuck?
That guy called the president a dipshit. That guy called the president a dipshit. I'm like, when you're right, but also you, bad messenger.
Something about broken clocks or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that fucking dude. So the cannibals eventually get Galen. They try to crucify him on the ground.
They don't want him to move. So they give him stigmata wounds. They tie his feet together and fucking nail his hands to the ground. They didn't do a good enough job because like he just lifts the shit out of his hand, out the ground, and starts stabbing him. But not after somebody took a bite out of his bicep, yo.
Yeah,
they took a bite out of that dude's bicep.
You ever been that hungry?
But no, not bicep hungry. I've been pretty hungry, but not bicep hungry. Also, like if I'm gonna eat, like the tricep meat seems like it's the better.
That's it. That's the human. That's a human tri-tip, right? Like, that's why they have a similar name. Everyone knows this. Yeah, bicep. Most people don't work out enough. There ain't enough meat in there. Bicep, get out of here. So Hailey wakes up and she's down in like a dungeon all tied up, and sitting next to her is her old friend Augusta, who is missing a leg from the knee down. As they cut it off and they ate it. Just disgusting. Then we see.
Yeah, I didn't even clean it.
Probably not.
It's the leg.
Ugh.
They don't wash their legs.
They just let the soap run down their body. It's not washing.
Why would you publicly say that shit?
Yeah,
why would you not wash your legs? And two, why would you admit it? Well, there are parts of my body that never touch water and never touch soap.
Like
what?
You seem way too okay with that, white people.
Okay.
Yeah. A nasty
that works out for you. Nasty ass. So Augusta and Hailey, they start talking. You could tell that they're good friends or whatever.
Yeah, they're like they're joking in the midst of their like pending doom.
Yeah. I wonder why she didn't scream at this white woman like that though. She screamed at her son for making an off-color joke.
Right.
But we get to a scene where the two women are there. I guess is this the leader of the cannibals? I don't know. We have no hierarchy of cannibal leadership.
Yeah, I think he's the guy. He's got glasses.
Yeah, he's got glasses. How does he get those prescriptions filled in this post-apocalyptic world? I'll have no idea.
There's still a functioning lens crafter.
what a weird design choice in this post-apocalyptic universe to have this dude who's the leader of the people who eat other people have corrective lenses.
He's like, he's like, I'm sorry, I would kill you, but I have an astigmatism.
It's just kind of weird, man.
It's just kind of weird. It's a weird choice. I'll kill you if I wasn't so fucking nearsighted. Okay, give me a minute. Yeah, you would think in a world of using guns to kill other human beings, yeah, you'd want to have better eyesight.
Haley spits on him, and then he grabs the spit and puts it in his mouth, and he's like, "Ooh, it is sweeter. The juice is sweeter. Oh yeah!" Like, all right, all right, all right.
All right, I don't like.
I don't care for that line.
I don't care. One, I don't care for eating other people's spit. Not cool with it. That whole like spit in my mouth thing. Fuck off. That's disgusting. Two, she's a stranger, so no. Three, I didn't like the racial aspect.
Racist.
Yeah, I
feel like it's racist.
I didn't like the little racial aspect. Didn't care for that. We're in a post-apocalyptic situation. I don't think we don't need to do race.
We don't need to do black of the berry, sweet of the juice references, guys. We really don't. Not now.
It was like now. I heard that Tupac song. Like he didn't come up with that saying. Like, stop it. Then we see them just straight up cut Augustus' throat. Like they didn't even be like, "Hey, we might do this." They were just like, "Meh."
Yeah, they showed it, man. Like, wow.
Then that guy punched her in the face. Yeah, then they punched Hailey directly in the face after that. Yeah, I don't like seeing people get their throats cut. Like that it's a lot. Like it's a lot in a movie. Like I get it. And there's a certain
I didn't mind it. But I'm shocked they actually showed it. Like I'm shocked they actually showed the actual slit. Most people would not. And that's the thing about this movie. Like this movie doesn't feel like it's brutal or visceral enough to have that shot in it. Right? Like this isn't Bone Tomahawk. You know what I mean? Like this isn't like, this is the Netflix version of this type of movie. So it was just kind of odd to have that incredibly brutal, like throat slitting scene shown in it. I don't mind it, but
yeah,
it just, quite frankly, it woke me up.
Fair enough. It's followed by a kid eating food like really close to the screen, which like these guys are cannibals. So that really kind of like leans into the like disgust, like portion, and they're eating in a way that like makes you feel like they're going to throw up from eating too much, which again I don't care for.
Yeah, they're eating in a way that like they think they're a giant black dude dancing for food. You know what I mean? Just like mouth in the camera. You know what I mean? Unhinging your jaw like an animal.
I don't care for that guy. I really don't. The guy who slit Augustus' throat comes down to try to tie off Hailey's leg so that they could cut it off later and eat it. It's kind of fucked up. She pulls a Kimura, I believe is what that's called in MMA terms, and she uses it to knock him unconscious, which is like you wrap your legs around a person's head and cross your feet around the back of their neck while pulling their arm forward, thus choking them out.
That is gate submission.
Yeah, it's a dope move. Does the Undertaker do MMA moves?
Yeah, the Undertaker got into. He's a combat sports guy, and he got bit by the combat sports bug. He's like, man, I want to try that. So he started incorporating a similar looking move in his moveset.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is not a Kimura. I am very wrong about that. I don't know what it's called. Because I'm sure there's somebody like, fucking no, it isn't. I used to fight MMA, but shut up. It's fine. This movie sucks.
Yeah, she killed a guy. She killed a guy with her legs.
Yeah. As you do.
Look, this is one of the few scenes where this is one of the reasons why I like Hailey's character, because Hailey's character doesn't know that she's in a movie. And what I mean by that is the bespectacled cannibal comes in and notices oh shit, my boy's dead, and this black chick's got a gun. So he's like, wait, there are more of us than you could possibly imagine, and only I'm the one that can bop, 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 bop. Hailey kills him without all that monologue bullshit, right? Like it's because that's what an actual person would do in this situation.
I'm not trying to hear your.
I'm not trying to hear your bullshit. I'm not trying to hear you. It might get out of here with that dumb shit, right? Like no wasted effort. Like just bow. I don't want to hear it, right? And that's smart. And I like when characters do smart things in movies.
Yep. Well, and she's because he's saying, I can save your family, and after she shoots him, she says, "No, only I can do that." And I was like, "It's a pretty good line. Like, it's a pretty good line delivered well."
It's a pretty good line, but like, he's dead. Like it's like he can't hear it. Like it's an action
classic.
movie.
It's a classic like 90s action dick flick move, like surfs up after you like smash the person in the face with a surfboard.
Yeah, ice that guy. Kona phrase.
Like,
if you get where that movie's from, you and I we're cool. We're friends.
No, you're not. You're not cool. I guarantee you're not cool. So Hailey gets surprised that somebody comes through the door. Oh shit, it's her son. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm happy to see you. Like, but I'm too tough." Right,
she's like, "I know you're mad at me or whatever, but listen." And he's like, "I could never be mad at you, Ma." And you just helped us survive, right? Because like, and I hope you don't find out that girl I've been chasing, kind of half tricked me into helping her, because I was thinking with my dick and not my head.
Yep.
Like, don't be mad at me.
The thing that you said was going to happen.
That happened.
Exactly.
100% happens.
That girl gonna play you. He's like, "That's not true. You need to trust people." It's like, and smash cut the scene. And okay, she played you. So then we get a scene of like Galen killing a bunch of dudes in the house.
Okay. Now what do you think about this scene? Because what do you think about this scene?
I don't care for it.
Thank you, yo, because I didn't know if it was me just being super hard on this movie, but the scene is
what's happening. You can't tell.
The scene is in order to get the people who have invaded this house. Galen walks up the stairs and tells one of his daughters to kill the power so that it's dark, so that the cannibals don't know where they're in the dark. And Galen, because it's his house, he should be able to know where everything is. He should be able to know and see in the dark. The problem is that this is a scene that is shot for someone that doesn't know how to shoot action scenes. Yeah. Because you cannot it's a cheap way to do an action scene. You can't it's like the old Texas switch. You know what the Texas switch is? When a stuntman falls down and then bounces or rolls off camera, and then the actor comes back up in frame, right? That's kind of what this is, right? The muzzle flash is illuminating bits and pieces, and then it's dark and everyone has to stage where they are. It's something that you would do in a stage play. And that would be fine for a stage play, but this is not a stage play. This is a film.
Yeah, okay. All of that being said, and I agree with you 100%. The Batman did this better, right? The scene where he's like walking through and they've got the machine guns or whatever, and it lights up and you see him fighting for a second, and then the light drops out. It works better there, not just because that's a better movie, but it works better there because the muzzle flash is longer. It's so hard to see what's happening because it's like pop, pop, and that's it. You're like, what the fuck? I couldn't see anything. Like, you just see this. And then like it just moves to the next scene. There's not enough time. Like, it doesn't have to be.
They were using.
It has to be like 3 seconds. It's like a half a second. You see, it's not enough.
They were using automatic. And look, to be fair to this movie, I didn't care for it in the Batman either, but I didn't care for it for a different reason. I thought it was done well in the Batman, but I didn't like it in the Batman because they essentially made Batman bulletproof.
Yeah,
They're,
he took like
like,
mad machine gun fire.
like they're shooting machine guns at Batman. That's why the muzzle flashes were longer. They were using automatic rifles, right?
Yeah,
But you see bullets bouncing off of them, and I don't like bulletproof Batman. I don't think Batman should be bulletproof.
yeah, no, that's
But
fair.
but
See,
yeah, it just this didn't work for me, man, and
yeah, I did not care for that scene at all.
it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me.
Yeah. So okay, so from there, oh god, is this movie almost over? Yes. So well, we're gonna get there. We're at 1:15 on the episode. Convenient.
All right, well, time to kick it into fifth gear.
Let's get the fuck out of here. So yeah, you see other people getting shot, yada yada yada. You see two like a number of members of the family. Galen and his daughter are and actually Galen and the daughters, all of them, are locked down in the basement hiding. Two of the cannibals are trying to light the house on fire. They're like dumping gasoline all in the house, and so Galen is like, just let him in. Like Galen's been shot, but he's like, just let him in into the back room. So they do. They stop trying to light the house on fire. They come in, and the girl is like, I'm trying to save my sister's life. She got shot. I'm trying to help her. And these dumb idiots are like, Methany and her boyfriend are they're all looking around, and he's got like a machete on the daughter who is supposedly hurt that they're operating on. He's got it right on her neck. And the Methany, his girlfriend, she looks in their armory and she's like, oh shit, look at all this stuff. Like, this is dope. And she sees the seasonings, right? She is a white woman who understands flavors. And she's like, I got to get these flavors. And I'm like, all right, I got it. Like, food is very important, everything else. In this situation, a white woman is more worried about oregano and saffron than she is like the MP4 that's sitting on the wall. Get the fuck out of here. So she
just seems silly. Yo. It was
very silly. Needless to say, Galen stands up when she's not paying attention, and he fucking hits her with a shotgun blast directly to the chest. The one guy he tries to like grab the little girl and tries to like hold her tight or whatever, and her sister, who was on the table like she was dying, she wakes up and stabs the dude in the back. By the way, you gotta like a couple times, pop, 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 pop. Not just once, like maybe in the neck. If you get a punch knife, I hear that's very effective in the side of someone's neck in a bad situation. I did not see that scene coming. Jesus Christ. It's a good show. So they kill those people. Galen gets saved, and he's okay. He's got like major gunshot wound or what have you. Hailey ends up fighting like 4 dudes in a barn. She murders like 3 of them with a knife, which was pretty dope. But then she gets pretty well injured. She gets stabbed by a guy who I just assume is the Frankenstein of this here town. And just as he's about to kill her, he gets shot by, of course, her son, saving Hailey's life for the moment. But then she's not doing well, and she passes out, and you're like, oh my god, Hailey died. And then Hailey didn't die, and the family was okay. Everyone, much like a Fast and the Furious ending, all the enemies become friends, and everyone survives fine. And then they drink Coronas. The end.
I mean, at one point during the fight, the eldest daughter has a desert eagle and is like, eat this motherfucker. And then it doesn't work because they set that up earlier. And and it's just a bad line delivered poorly. Like this is not the movie for those cheesy ass lines.
Yeah, that line did not work for me. It just
Yeah, this is not the movie for that. You know, the girl is trying to save the dad, and um you know, she's like, well, tell him, you know, that I need him to stay awake. And then she says it in English. You could speak English? Yes, I can speak English. And I speak English well. Like, what the fuck are we doing, yo? Like, just
you're
like
dying.
patch this nigga up, yo. You're dying, bro. Like, patch this dude up. Like, I mean, then like you said, we get the fight scene at the end, which is a little anticlimactic because like there's no Immortan Joe there to be the big bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I mean, there is a big bad. He's just a big guy.
right, he's just a right. Like I guess they did like a James Bond thing where the villain dies early and then the henchman comes out, but like we don't know these people. Like there's no tension in that fight for me. There's no stakes.
I mean, I would argue that's pretty
That's
much
the whole movie.
yeah. That's an entire movie's like that.
And then yeah, like you said, they have you know, they all are a family and they all, you know, eat corn or whatever.
Then they
That's
eat.
a lot of corn, yo. That's a lot of corn.
Yeah.
It's a lot of corn on that plate, on that table.
I mean,
Um,
what else are they gonna do? They got nothing else going on. They just got to eat corn
usually
and
fucking
survive.
just have a bunch of just corn all over the place.
I mean, think about it. And that's
And look, like one, two, like three of those people at that table don't even have names, bro. Three of those people at that table don't even have names. They were the people that she tricked homeboy into saving, right? To lead him there so they could save him. They don't even get names, man.
I mean, in fairness, I don't care about any of the other characters who have names. Like, I don't give a shit about them.
It just seems like a waste. It just seems like a lot of this movie. This movie has a lot of fat on it. You're right. This movie could have been a YouTube like. This movie
Short?
feels like it could have been a short film. This movie feels like it could have been like 45 minutes.
No, I didn't say a short film. I said a YouTube short. There are three. um, it just it has concepts. It has concepts of a plan. I think is the best way I could say that. Like there is something there that is interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know
Just
that
like
it's just not put together well.
just like all these Canadian movies that we review. Like there's always something there, right? Like it's 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 lesser than the sum of its parts, right?
Right.
like there's a lot of little stuff that like I think could congeal into something, right? But like I don't know,
It
man.
did. It
It
didn't.
didn't. This is like reverse poutine, right? Like poutine just kind of like gravy and french fries and cheese. What the fuck? But like the shit works.
It does work. Yeah, yeah.
And it works. And this is like, you know, they found a way to not make it work in this movie.
Yeah, it's like they took all the things
I don't know.
and they turned the cup
Also,
upside
like
down and dumped everything on top of it. And they were like, it didn't come together. It's like, yeah, you missed a fundamental part of it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
All right.
know,
Well, there
man.
you go. 40
And
acre.
does the mom like learn to does the mom learn to trust people now, I guess?
Well, she smirked, so that's probably true.
Yeah.
Like to me, the ending of the mom coming down the stairs of like, I'm still alive, y'all. I was like, all right, well, one, of course you are, because like nobody really died in this. None of the main principal characters died, which is a kind of a testament to kind of a weak movie, in my opinion. But it would have actually been more interesting if like the son got hurt and he was kind of out of it for a while. And when he woke up, you had this big family with these new people in it. And the mom is like a little bit, not 100% changed, but a lot easier going and stuff like that. And he comes in and he's like, oh, like, you know, and she says, you know what? Like, you were right. I do need to start trusting people. Like, give her some humanity. Like, they stuck it out to the end of like, she barely cracks a smile because she's so hard ass.
No, I think to kind of, I'm going to take your idea and I'm going to improve it because that's what I do with your ideas. What I would do is I would have the mother incapacitated so that the mother is forced to depend on other people. She is forced to trust this girl and her family. I would have had the adults incapacitated and have these children who you supposedly have trained them to be these warriors, right? To learn how to defend themselves and to defend the homestead, right? Because like that's the whole point of the elder generation teaching a younger generation to get them to, you know what, like you're going to be okay. That's why all these old politicians, well, one of the reasons all these old politicians are hanging on is because they don't feel like the young people can guide the country. Well, guess what? That's your fault. Like you are not being that's the job of elders is to teach young people. And that would tie in with her whole like not trusting people. Now you have to trust them because your life depends on it, because your family's, you know, you have to trust these young people. You have to trust that your son can make the right decision. You have to trust that this stranger does have your best interest at heart. Like I like that. I think would have been with a better direction for this movie. And you can even have the two parents, you know, stay alive if you want to, right? Like they don't have to necessarily die. I would have killed the dad, right? I would have killed the dad.
You're like, necessarily, I would have killed him.
I mean, look, I would have killed the dad, right? So that the children, like specifically the daughters, because they spend a lot of time with the dad, have like motivation, right? To we've got to see it through, right? And I would have had the mother incapacitated, and then she has to rely on her son and the ideas of like, you have to trust me. Like that's where I think this movie really could have been something special. Instead, you know, we get something pretty generic. And look, I can't make a movie, right? Before anyone, why don't you do better? I can't. That's why I don't, because I know I can't.
Yeah.
But
those who can't, those who can't teach.
Right. Those who can do, those who can't teach. I'm schooling you motherfuckers.
That's
how to make this movie better. But look, man, like I said, I appreciate the swing. It just
a valiant effort.
It was, man. It just wasn't for me. But if you get enjoyment out of it, like I'm very happy for you.
Yep. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys. All right, hour and 28 minutes. Perfect. Professionals. All right, we will see you guys next week for a preview episode for episode 291. Later, guys.
See you.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.